afternoon, everybody. Graduates, please be seated. Welcome. Welcome, graduates of the class of 2022. Welcome, parents. Welcome, guests. Welcome, school staff. Welcome, officials. My name is Steve White, and I am very proud to be North High's assistant principal. Today, we will honor the students who have met the qualifications for graduation from North Community High School. But before we start the ceremony, it is appropriate to acknowledge both where we are and what we have been through. Let's start by acknowledging that North High and this very convention center is located on the traditional, ancestral, and contemporary lands of Indigenous people. Our school resides on stolen homelands of the Dakota and has since been home to the Ojibwe and additional nations. By offering this land acknowledgement, we affirm tribal sovereignty and commit to continue both with and from the original peoples of this place. Let's continue by acknowledging the year we just went through, a year like no other, with so many things that I really honestly hope never repeat. We began the year with the continuation of a pandemic. We're all here, we're all in the pandemic, we're all wearing masks, it's socially distanced. Our problems at the time were things like contact tracing, where many of our seniors were forced to go home for 10 days quarantine simply based on being in close contact with somebody who tested positive for COVID-19. It got so bad that across Minneapolis Public Schools, we actually finished first semester with 3 weeks of distance learning. These were real issues, and they had major concerns and major disruptions for us at that time. And then second semester, and then the shooting death of Amir Locke, which rightly triggered statewide walkouts. It also set up our own beautiful and powerful student-led sit-in at City Hall. This was overshadowed immediately by the unimaginable death of D. Hill. Still grieving, we experienced the first teacher strike in 50 years. We come back for 1 week and then it's spring break. And then we find out we got a longer school year and a longer school day. All of this in 1 year. All of this in your senior year. Not fair, not right. And then we had a moment of joy. Pillsbury United. $10,000 for each and every one of you. $1 million for the class of 2022, North High. Unbelievable. And just when we're getting our balance and just when we're settling into this new routine, longer day and that kind of thing, our principal is removed 2 hours before prom. 48 hours later, she's reinstated. Thanks to many of you in this room and many of you on this stage. Thank you. Thank you. And now she is at home, heartbroken and missing graduation due to COVID. COVID she most likely caught from me, actually. I was sick with it 2 weeks ago. I don't even know how to apologize to her for that, for taking this away from her, and I don't know how to apologize to you all for that either, for taking her away from you at this moment. So I really deeply am sorry. A piece of really good news, really good news. Well, we've had other good news in this last little window of time here too. Our state boys track team just got 3rd place in state. And my most favorite news so far It is official. Miss Frieslaving gets to stay at North High next year. She gets to stay our principal. She is great for North High, great for the North. This is the greatest news. She did ask that I read a statement so that she could be here, at least her words could be here. Dear graduating Polars, it has been my honor and privilege to be your principal these last 3 years, and for some of you since your elementary years. You have been the most amazing group of young people I could ever dream of leading, and my heart swells with such love that at times it feels like it will explode. I may not be here with you today in body, but I am in soul, and I'm watching every moment with nothing but pride and joy. We may never understand the events of the last few years for everyone, and especially the last few years for us. But even amongst the despair, yet you have still risen. You are shining lights in a shadowy world. I know this day is about you, but let it also be about your parents and about your teachers. Love on them today. Thank them. Bless them for blessing you. And let this day be overflowing with everything that is good. And never forget, for as long as you live, you are loved more than you know. You are braver than you can imagine. You are more beautiful beyond what you can see. And you are stronger than you sometimes feel. We have a graduation to get to, so let's get to it. It is now my honor to begin the ceremony by welcoming the president of the North High Alumni Association. I know no person who is more loyal and more dedicated to the success of North High than Miss Lynn Crockett. Miss Crockett.
What's up, Polars? I'm talking about the senior class and all the Polars that are parents here in the audience. Hmm. 10 years ago, the superintendent came to a staff meeting at North and announced that she was closing North at the end of the year. We told her it wasn't going down like that. She said, we'll make noise for a week or so and we'll go away. Well, it's 10 years later and we're still here and they're all gone. Alumni and community of all shapes, colors, and sizes showed up to protest the closing. After a year of negotiating and fighting, we won. We are still here in North Side and Polars loyal to North. They said what couldn't be done, but we did it. And you've went above and beyond beating the odds, what you've went through for the last 4 years because you haven't had a high school experience at all. All the odds were against us, but because of your parents and this community's faith in the North tradition and standard of excellence, we still stand tall. You have made us proud in theater, dance, academics, sports, and sometimes behavior. Our setbacks may have amused them, but our comeback has confused them. Never underestimate a Polar or a North Side. Thank you. Things that we take for granted. Until a few weeks ago, I took walking for granted, and then I fractured my hip, and I realized that was a mistake because our limbs are our most valuable assets. During your time at North, life has changed dramatically. Things that you took for granted aren't there anymore. Events we never saw coming came. We have experienced what it's like to take things for granted, whether it's your teachers, your friends, your family. Here's the down note to this. 10 years later, we are still fighting for North, for the survival. You may be one of our last graduating classes, and that breaks my heart, because you are the 133rd graduating class of North High. There's a list of schools to close, and we're on it. People behind me may be shaking their heads, but I've heard it too often. I know too many little North Commons Bulldogs who can't wait to be Polars. We fought hard for North to be here for you, and we want you to help fight hard to keep North open for them, to be part of the Northside legacy, to be part of the family tradition of being a Polar. You have demonstrated you can fight back. You have fought for our teachers. You have fought for our principal. I hope we will feel the same energy from you when it comes to fighting for North and saving North for us. No matter where you go in the city, you will find a Polar doing something that serves the community. We are also good at giving back. We are all over the world. Being a Polar opens doors that don't open for everyone. You'll be amazed at how many times you say North High or have Polar gear on, and suddenly a meeting you couldn't have, you get, an appointment you couldn't have, you get, an opportunity you couldn't have, you get, because you're a Polar. Thousands of Polars share your pride in being a Polar. We are loyal to North High and the North Side. Now it's your turn to go make us proud. Don't fit in, stand out. You are shaping history. Don't live down to their expectations. Go out there and do something remarkable. We know you can do that. And if you ever need us, the Alumni Association will always be here for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Crockett. It is now my honor to welcome this year's North High valedictorian, Ms. Demetria Jones.
Woo. Okay, I'm gonna really try not to cry, y'all. Good afternoon, everyone. Firstly, I would like to thank the teachers and staff of North High School. I also want to acknowledge and thank all the friends and family who took the time out of their schedules to see the class of 2022 graduate. I want to go even further and give you guys the praise for supporting and guiding us to this monumental moment of our lives and being present for the ups and downs of these past 4 years, for I know it was not easy. I couldn't get on this stage and not highlight the people in my life who have personally pushed me to this very moment. To my mom, my grandma, my aunts, my uncles, my dad, my siblings, and even my cousins who compelled me to come to North in the first place, I want to give you guys the biggest shout out and tell y'all how much I love and appreciate you all. When writing this speech, I was conflicted about what I wanted to talk about. I thought about going the route of giving advice and what the future holds, but that didn't seem right. I contemplated talking about the sacrifices and hard work it took to get me to this podium, but that felt a bit boring and conceited. After searching everywhere for ideas, I ran across this video of this guy trashing his school in his valedictorian speech. Like, he was really going in, y'all. The teachers, the deans, the principal, nobody was safe. And I remember thinking, wow, the contrast to how he feels about his school versus the love I have for mine weighed so heavy on my thoughts. That's when I knew what I wanted to share to you all today. As I reflect on my first year of high school and my first year being a Polar, coming here as a freshman, I remember being so nervous about a number of different matters. To name a few, I recall being afraid of if I would excel in my classes. I was scared if I would get lost, which happens to me a lot. But most of all, I was wondering if I was going to make any friends. I was coming from an entirely different neighborhood in a predominantly white school, where I would constantly feel used or underestimated. I just always felt like I had to prove myself. So coming to the blackest school in Minneapolis, I just didn't know if I would fit in. But I can say the moment I stepped into this building, I was surrounded by so much love, support, and community. I actually remember my first time at the North Building, standing in line at open house as a freshman, complaining per usual about how unorganized the lines were. And the girl that was next to me caught on to what I was saying and started a conversation between us that will last the remainder of our time at open house. The first person I had a conversation with ended up becoming my best friend for the next 4 years. That's insane. That does not happen. I ended up creating so many genuine connections and friendships with students and staff, which wasn't something that was always familiar to me. That's when I became certain that North High School was special. At North High, we have a different type of bond than every other high school. We're a family. We support and love each other like a family. I can't recall how many times I've walked into Miss Patient's office or Mr. Locke's room to inform them about the tiniest inconveniences of my day. I mean, somebody could bump into me in the hallway and I'm in Miss Patient's office really venting. But also how every morning when I came into the building, Burrell reminded me to smile. Or how every time I see or hear Miss Mari, she's bragging about how intelligent and talented her students are. That just shows me that in the end, we always have each other's backs. If anybody says something negative regarding North, I know every teacher, student, staff, and alumni in this room is ready to step, especially the class of 2022, because we have overcome so many obstacles together. As a class, we've battled the conditions of COVID-19 and distance learning. We have lost classmates, family, and friends. We were forced to stay home due to a strike, ceasing our education. And not even a month ago, they tried to fire our principal on prom day. But despite this, we have managed to keep our heads up, get out of bed every morning, greet people with a smile on our faces, go to school, then go to practice, then go to work. We completed these daily tasks while also preparing for our future. These past few months have been a life of college applications, scholarships, and essays, and if I hear or see the word FAFSA one more time, I legit might cry. But we did it, no matter how tired we were or how long the process was, we did it, and we did it together. And although I have repeated an umpteen amount of times that North High is a family, I have to highlight the fact that we're also a place where students excel academically. In our class, we have multiple people with full rides to college, multiple people starting their own businesses. We have students who are going into trades and starting their careers. Amongst you are sitting graduates who are going to be doctors, lawyers, engineers, and so much more. Me personally, I'm taking the route of education. As I have continued to grow over these past 4 years, I have been fortunate enough to watch my peers grow as well. And I know as a future educator, there's no greater accomplishment than that. We as a class have accomplished things that most people can't say they have. And because of that, I know we will go on to achieve even bigger things and receive all of our hopes and dreams. But as of right now, we deserve to relish, enjoy, and savor what we've done these past 4 years. We deserve to show the outsiders who are constantly writing us off why that was a mistake. We deserve to show why when we say polar, the word pride comes very shortly after. And most of all, we deserve to celebrate our graduation and live in the now, because when we came to North as freshmen, we didn't know what life would be like and who all will be standing here with us today. But as I look in front of me, I am so proud to be a part of this group of people who are going to be walking across this stage. I mean, as a class, we've accumulated over $1 million in scholarship money. And if that's not an attestation to greatness and persistence, I don't know what is. After every assignment, after meeting with teachers before school, after school, during lunch, after every curricular activity, games, and meets, after every bond, connection, and relationship we have created since freshman year and even before that, I am honored to be the one to give this speech, and I am honored to say that every space I walk into, I will make sure it is as special as North High has been to me. And be seen, because that's what North High has made me feel. And I guess the only thing I have left to say is to the class of 2022, Polar Nation, the best seniors to ever do it, the best seniors that's gonna walk across this stage today. We finally made it. We graduated, y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jones. Mr. Wilbur has created so many wonderful works celebrating our kids over the years. Today is no exception. Please enjoy his work this year on the Senior Slideshow.
just begun to get our share of this world's delight. High hopes we had for the future and our goals in sight. We know we don't get depressed. Here's what we call our golden rule. Have faith in you and the things you do. You won't go wrong. Oh no, this is our family jewel. We are family. Sing it to me. I got all my sisters with me. Sing it to me. We are family. I can hear you, y'all. Get up, everybody, and sing. We have faith in you and the things you do. Hey, I got all my sisters with me.
We from the north side, the north side, the north side, the north side. We from the north side.
When it was bad at first, we built a neighborhood and put that bad in reverse.
We from the north side. Where we fight, where we live, we strive to survive, cause that's the meaning to our life. We from the north side.
Well, sometimes we have to stay inside to stay away from all of the crime.
We from the north side, the north side, the north side, the north side. We from the north side.
Hot outside playing basketball in my shorts. Walk up to school in my blue polo shirt. Go in class and get the good grades. Girls walking down the street in some French braids. I shoot 3-pointers like Dwayne Wade. Everybody eating like it's a buffet. Hot summers are meant to be spent in the shade, and this is something that we do every day.
We from the north side, where my dance team slays. Spitting on these haters, doing pot of brew race.
We from the north side. Where we fight, where we live, we strive to survive, cause that's the meaning to our life.
We from the north side. Every play you make jokes, I throw the ball. Try to reach for my goal.
We from the north side, the north side, the north side, the north side. We from the north side.
We got the power within, we hunger for greatness. Don't make me take like dinner, digging, ain't a wishing. Ain't a wishing, cause we acting on the vision. Man, we come together, we're together in a division. We tripping, we're tripping, cause we not the way people have been living. We wanna soar and fly above the sky, beyond the ceiling. Dollars can stop us, robbers, ain't nothing else to consider. We proud of who we are, look what we are.
We from the north side. We don't play no games, and y'all can keep sleeping soon. Y'all gon' know our names, and I'm the over-exaggerated, but we's the best. And I know all the haters just gon' call us a mess, but that's the beauty of life, and I ain't never gon' stress. Y'all can keep testing me, and I ain't never gon' rest. Cause I'm from the north side, it's the home of the greatest. And I know y'all like games, we the very best players.
We from the north side. Barbecue family, block party, I'm fleek. Get the itis, go to sleep.
We from the north side, where my dance team slays. Spitting on these haters, doing pot of brew race.
We from the north side.
Where we play you make jokes, I throw the ball. Try to reach for my goal.
We from the north side, the north side, the north side, the north side. We from the north side.
On my way to class, strutting on the runway, girl, I know you mad. From the north side. If I see it, I wish it. I never stand in line, I got my fast lane ticket.
We from the north side. If everybody got your back, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, breezy, just like that.
We from the north side.
If everybody got the flow, we can make it, we can shake it, we can send it overflow.
North side, but we don't block our blessings, we put the guns down and use our brain as our weapon.
We from the north side.
Well, we brag cause we proud, they want us to shut up, but we don't keep being loud.
We're from the north side, the north side, the north side, the north side. We're from the north side.
I'm living in a dream where everything I see ain't really what it seems, and everything I want ain't really what I need. So I'ma close my eyes and I'ma let God lead. My heart's broken and stuff is not getting better. I can't put the pieces back together. I'm used to the cold, yeah, Minnesota weather. My family stay G in the next 2 letters. From the north side, the north side, the north side, the north side. We from the north side.
Yeah, period.
We're loyal to you. North side high, we'll wear white and blue. North side high, and that's what we do. North side high, we get W's. North side high, rah rah. So follow that ball, rah rah. Go crashing that wall, rah rah. And we stand tall, rah rah. And we don't fall.
Come and raise a flag to which will be true. Fight for your Lord, we're fighting for you. We pledge our hearts in our hands too. Dear old Northside High.
Soldier Boy Tag. Hey, I got this new dance for y'all called the Soldier Boy. gotta punch, then crank back 3 times from left to right. Soldier boy, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that soldier boy? That Superman. Now why me crank that soldier? 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 Now what? Soldier boy, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that soldier boy? That Superman. Now why me crank that soldier? 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 Now what? Soldier boy, I'm in it. Why me lean that? Why me rock? Superman that. Yeah, why me crack that Robocop? Super friend, now why me jock? Jocking on them, hate them, man. When I do that, soldier boy, I lean to the left, then crank that thing now. I'm jocking on you, And if we get the fight, then I'm coming, You catch me at your local party, yes, I crank it every day. Haters get mad, cause I got me some bathing Nate. Soldier boy, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that soldier boy? That Superman. Now why me crank that soldier? 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 Now what? Soldier boy, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that soldier boy? That Superman. Now why me crank that soldier? 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 Now what? I'm bouncing on my toes. Why me super soak that? I'ma pass to A-Rab and he gon' crank it up for sure. Haters wanna beat me, soldier boy, I'm the man. They be looking at my neck, saying it's the rubber band, man. Why me do it? Damn, leg it to it. No, you can't do it like me, though. So don't do it like me, folk. I seen you try to do it like me. Man, that damn was ugly. Soldier boy, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that soldier boy? That Superman. Now why me crank that soldier? 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 Now what? Soldier boy, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that soldier boy? That Superman. Now why me crank that soldier? 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 Now what? I'm too fresh, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me crank that Roosevelt and super soak that? Super soak that. Super soak that. Super soak that.
Yeah. Sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now. Baby, I took a half and she took the whole thing. Slow down. Baby, we took a trip, now we on your block and it's like a ghost town. Baby, where did these be at when they say they doing all this and all that? Tired of beefing you bums, you can't even pay me enough to react. Been waking up in the crib and sometimes I don't even know where I'm at. Please don't pay that songs in this party, I can't even listen to that. Anytime that I run into somebody, it must be a victory lap. Hey, shawty come sit on my lap. Hey, they saying Drizzy just snap. This in between us is not like a store, this isn't a closable gap. Hey, I see some attack and don't end up making it back. I know that they at the crib going crazy down bad. What they had didn't last. Whoa, sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now. Baby, I took a half and she took the whole.
I have the honor of introducing our keynote speaker who was selected by the senior class as being one of our favorite teachers. Mr. G is a teacher that made many people, Mr. G is a teacher that many people made fun of because of his voice. My freshman year, it was hard for me to believe that I would be able to listen to him teach, but who knew he would turn out to be one of my favorite teachers. He sees potential in students when they don't see it within themselves. He is a person who makes it his priority to build relationships with his students and build special connections. He can be excessively annoying at times, but I just see that as being a teacher who cares about his students' future. He is one of the few teachers at North who I feel I can open up to. Our bond is like no other, and I will miss listening to old school 90s R&B music, watching X Factor, and hearing him complain about how I chose to be a TA for Mr. Lindquist instead of him during first hour. I personally want to thank you for teaching me for 3 years, and I hope that you will continue to be you. With that being said, it is my honor to welcome Mr. Goldstein, our keynote speaker.
It says, speak loud and proud, so can you hear me? No, okay. Welcome, North High class of 2022. You did it! Yeah, let's go. So, as a math teacher, while I do like to talk, I am not one for writing. So I've been religiously studying some of the great commencement speeches of all time to help me out. I know I will fall woefully short of any of those in the great pantheon that is Steve Jobs, Michelle Obama, Mr. Tom Lockemeyer, who spoke last year, Peter Branstad, who spoke 2 years ago, and even Flava Flav. But I will give it my best shot. If you are displeased, I have one favor to ask. Please do not pull a Will Smith and come smack me up here on the stage. Please, please. So, seniors, I'm speaking to you right now. I heard there was some mumblings in your group chat that I have some haters and you actually wanted Striko to speak. But, okay, that's fine. I'm up here now. So I would like to include a little message from her, Lily, okay? In her words, the senior class has made us better teachers, and I've learned more from them than I've ever learned from any college classroom. I want them to know that they are not only some of the most wonderful, most brilliant students, but also some of the greatest people she's ever known. Okay? This was a clap. Yep. Okay. So with her blessing, here we go. What is the point of a commencement speech? To inspire, to reflect, to summarize the 4 years that was? To laugh, to hype? I don't know, but hopefully I'll cover some of these. But what I really want to talk about was impressions. The ones that you have made, the ones you're currently making, and the ones that you will make in years to come. So, I bet you all remember the first time you heard me and the impression I made on you. Most of you heard my voice and were probably like, what? Yeah, right? Some of you laughed, which is okay, and some of you couldn't take me seriously, and maybe you still don't. But when I explained the story behind my voice, you understood, and I really appreciate that. And hopefully now, 4 years later, I have left an impression on you that is more than just what I sound like. Is that true? I hope so, right? A little bit? Okay. Facts? Okay, good. So, a good commencement speech has 4 parts: an introduction, a reflection, a message, and a conclusion. So, to continue the introduction, this auditorium right now is vibing, bussin', and as it should be. Yeah, right? As they say, it takes a village. So many proud parents and family members, thank you. Yeah. That's right. All right. Teachers and staff are ultimately replaceable, but our Northside families are not. Without them, we would not still have our beloved principal, Miss Frieslaben, here today. Outside powers may try to bring us down again and again and again, but they can never defeat this community. Thank you so much for saving our school, Northside. So, the teachers may run the classroom, and the admin over here may try to run the school, but you run the community, and without the community, North Community High School is nothing. So thank you. Okay, yeah, let's go. We got this. A lot of your teachers are also here, and they're so proud of you. You may have had some ups and your downs with some of them, but always know, please, always know there's deep love. These end of the year highlights, like prom, senior awards, graduation, always get us a little bit sentimental, but they always make us, it was all worth it. All those times telling Nene to be quiet. Okay? And realizing that Tay literally just came at your soul and annihilated you makes it all worth it. Tay's really good at getting under my skin, so like, but now I'm happy, we're here, right? Okay. Oh, what? Oh. Oh, sorry, look at these teachers here with their silly caps and gowns over there somewhere, right? Finally, teachers and students alike have to wear the same fit. And somehow, you all manage to look on point, while these senior teachers look like, L-mans. How is that possible? Probably just a testament to your inner glow and shine. And you, class of 2022, the class of W-mans, Bappin, and Houdini, this is all about you. I'm actually surprised you're all here on time given the amount of tardies you've racked up throughout the years. That being said, you've endured some of the wildest 4 years of your lives. And you did this not in your 30s, 40s, or 50s, but in your teens. Listen, that is so admirable and so crazy. You had to endure, to name a few, COVID, George Floyd, gun violence affecting the heart and soul of this community, the tragic, tragic loss of some of our classmates, mental health, distance learning, watching teachers try to make Google Classroom fun and horribly failing, seeing people's faces for the first time, like Mr. Lee, not good, trying to stay awake through Mr. Cass's class, not once, but maybe twice, Kramer's horrible attempts at jokes, and Locke's even more horrible dad jokes. And finally, I would be remiss not to mention Mr. Marshall and Lamar's bald-headed selves. Hats off to you, class of 2022. All right, the reflection, here we go. I remember when most of you were freshmen. Some of you literally half your size, literally, right? Well, actually, some of you are still half your size. Asia, K-Fo, Cayenne, okay? One of the true joys of being a teacher is witnessing your growth, physically, emotionally, and intellectually. So, let me tell you a quick story. High school is a formative time in anyone's life. I'm sure a lot of you have changed. When I was 14, I was kind of a nerd, believe it or not, and my mom actually still dressed me, okay? So she would lay my outfit on my chair every day, and she used to make me wear these old school Adidas swishy pants. You know the ones when you walk, they go like swish, swish, swish? Yeah, it was embarrassing. But the first day I came to school in jeans, my whole classroom stood up and clapped for me, okay? By my senior year, I not only dressed myself, but like in style too, as you can tell now. While this was just a small thing, this was symbolic of me building an identity. For you, high school may have shaped more than just your style. You probably had to grow up faster than you wanted to and been forced to find a semblance of your identity during isolation and quarantine. Hey, maybe some of you still have no idea who you are or what your future holds, but that's okay, you're still young. Maybe you realize how much your high school and peers really mean to you, or maybe quite the opposite. Either way, you have left a huge, your time in high school has left a huge impression on you, but guess what? You have also left a huge impression on North High School that will never go away. I promise you that. So, you ready for your impression? Freshman year. Started off with the days of Polo G popping out that party and ended with Megan Thee Stallion blessing us with a hot girl summer, okay? Period, right? Okay. Miss Striko, and as do we all, fondly remembers on grade check day all the basketball players coming to us with their slips. Sign it now. Demanding that a 2-week late assignment be graded that minute. Horrible. Miss Mittling will always remember the Snickers incident, if you were in that class. Tay knows, right? Where Davian asked her if she needed a Snickers because you are not you when you're hungry. She lost it and had to take a timeout from class, but 2 years later, Davian brought her a bag of Snickers. Oh, by the way, Serenity caught a turtle in a lake, brought it to school in a cardboard box, and walked around with it. I don't know. It's cute. Sophomore year, when Roddy Rich taught us not to wear shoes in the house, and little baby, perhaps inspired by Keon showing out at prom with his blue Corvette, informed us that a brand new car is noisy, come through when it's roaring, skirt. You ain't gotta worry. And let me tell you something, you really do not have to worry when Azari, Jasmine, Chester, Demetria, Kyrie, and so many more in your class, because they will always help you. Period. Mr. Lindquist loved/hated when his honors class got so into their murder mystery assignment that they started a huge argument and almost fought over an English assignment, only at North High. And of course, poor first-year teacher, Mr. Matt Capel, will never forget the day that his 6-hour caused him to accidentally break a table. Jaheim said he will always remember the shade of red he saw on Capel's face that day. Like beet red, right? You guys know if you were there? Oh, okay. Junior year. All right, so that was COVID and distance learning. So it's okay if we just skip this one? Yeah, okay. Now, this senior year, the year that the baseball team walked off the field at North Commons as winners. Brand said it was the happiest moment of the year and still gets choked up by it. And let's not to forget to celebrate 4 years of amazing gender-neutral bromances. To name a few, Khadijah and Demetria, okay? Miko and Rio. Adrian and Jalen. And of course, Nikitan and Jasmine. Who would have thought? That's 4 years going strong. Okay, the message. If any 4 years have made an impression on this country, 2019 to 2022 would be up there. The years from Nipsey to the years of New Kendrick Lamar. We often harp on all the bad, the heartache, the loss, the what could have been, right? But let me tell you something. There's also silver linings. You have gained something that will help you way more than y equals mx plus b. Supply and demand. Probably all of physics, sorry Cass, Photoshop, 5-paragraph essays, and even Espanol. By the way, Feliz Graduación. I didn't take Spanish, so just bear with me. After high school, personally, I endured a very hard 10 years, marked by all forms of mental health issues. I know the pandemic has really heightened our sense of mental health in this community, and I think that is so valuable. It is really hard to suffer silently. While my issues never fully subsided, I've learned a lot from that decade of hardships. I've learned to be resilient. Now in my 30s, I notice that some of my peers do not have the same fortitude. They have trouble coping with harder situations that I can navigate calmly. I am the one they look to in times of crises. I did not intentionally develop this quality, quite the opposite. But I will never regret all the turmoil because it's made me a stronger person. These 4 years have done what those 10 years have done with me, like it or not. All of you here leave with more resilience than your peers outside this auditorium. You will do better at your jobs, better in school, and better in life, okay? Don't get me wrong, hard times will come again and again and again, but you have learned and earned an ability that will help you deal with hard situations in a way that others cannot. Mr. White once told me, you didn't tell me this, when life gives you lemons, you, the North Side, North High, will be able to make lemonade, while everyone else will just have a sour taste in their mouths. Finally, the conclusion, okay? Maybe you are all happy with the legacy you leave behind, or wish you could have done things differently. So now it is your turn to make your next impression. It doesn't matter what you do, stay here for college, travel down south to an HBCU, work, help your family, there are always opportunities. Use this resilience, perspective, and growth that you have gained during these past 4 years. Find out what you're passionate about, pursue it to the fullest, do good things, and learn from the bad. You are more equipped than anyone in the past 100 years to navigate this tough world. That's you guys right there, okay? Maybe you want to be successful, happy, or to make a difference, and hopefully a combination of all three. Either this is your time to leave your mark, but most importantly, why are we here today? For you. So it's my time to say wait, pause. I do not think I can do this part justice, but I know someone who can.
All right. So Mr. G doesn't know how to get, the crowd hype and stuff. So I need everybody to just go crazy. On three. All right, wait. All right, on the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Mr. Goldstein. Jacob. We're now ready for the certification. School Board Director Ali, Ellison, Elamine, and Solero, and Interim Superintendent Cox, I certify that these seniors have met the requirements for graduation as specified by Minneapolis Public Schools and the state of Minnesota.
Thank you, Assistant Principal Stephen White. On behalf of the Minneapolis School Board of Education, it is my sincere honor to accept the 2022 senior class of North High. Thank you, congratulations, and again, congratulations, North High senior class of 2022.
All right, we're here. I would like to ask Ms. Patience and Ms. Savage to begin to call the names of our graduating seniors.
Be right up on that.
All right, let's get this going. Y'all ready? Can we have it quiet so the graduates can hear their names, please? Habon Abdi. Asia Abdu Shahid. Jahim Abdullah. Amira Ahmed. D'Amico Anderson Jr. Khadija Ba. Charles Bell. Kanye Bell. Renea Bickham. Donovan Bradshaw. Georgia Brown Skinner. Jacob Butler. Omar Cross. Camille Day. Tejan Gilchrist. Ariana Hayden. Jasmine Hernandez Rodriguez. Alicia Heron. Isaac Hill Jr. Zion Hodges. Jaden Holiday. Jalen Holiday. Janet Inamagwa. Our salutatorian, Azari Jackson. Janai Jackson. Tiariana Jackson. Laquita Jameson Travis. Aries Johnson. Martez Johnson. Nicole Johnson. Our valedictorian, Demetria Jones. Tamaya Jones. Cato Joplin. Keon Jordan. Serenity Kirk. Sincere Lee Thomas. Danaya Leggett. Melvina Manciel. Alexandria McNeil. Catalea Madas. Quentin Melton. Lamaje Miller. Kyan Montero Mayfield. Nijana Montjoy. Jordana Ortiz Caravajo. Adrian Parker. Jory Peters Jr. Shanitra Phillips. Kendall Pittman. Javon Purifoy. Maya Ramirez. Israel Rivero. Arturo Rojas Maldonado. Shamaya Ross Hawkins. Tamavian Ryan. Mario Sanders II. Justin Shepard. Jalen Gani Stevens. Asia Taylor. Daryl Thomas. Mosiah Thomas. Tamaria Thomas. Andrea Tucker. Jalen Tyson. Raylan Walker. Chester Watley Jr. Janiyah Wiley. Davion Wilson. Kyrie Wilson. Nikaden Wilson. Willie Wilson. Elijah Wilson Triplett. Imani Wright. Congratulations, class of 2022. I love you guys, so proud of all of you.
All right. Grab a seat. We got one more thing to do. One more thing. Before we close the ceremony, it is the right thing to do to give thanks. So let me take this opportunity to first thank the Convention Center crew. Thank you for hosting us in this beautiful space. So many graduations worry about the weather, worry about limited seating. Not us. Look it, we all fit, we get unlimited seating. This is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much for the great support. To the school board and to our interim superintendent, there are a million things you guys solve for us each year, much of which we never see. Thank you. Thank you for what you do. To the teachers and staff of North High, holding kids to high standards while also giving grace is no small task. And to do that consistently for 170 school days takes dedication, it takes belief, and it takes love. Teachers and staff, thank you. Thank you for what you do. To the students, thank you for working so hard with us. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for even the times that you challenged us to get better and to raise our game. Thank you. Thank you. You make us better, and you make us proud. And finally, to the parents and families and to this community, guiding kids through adolescence is a challenge, especially in the presence of all the other adolescents. It's tough. It requires adults to cooperate. I'm gonna say that again. It requires the adults to cooperate. It requires the adults to communicate, and it requires the adults to trust each other. Thank you all for your communication, for your cooperation, and most importantly, thank you for trusting us with your children. Thank you. We have one last part of this ceremony, and then we will proceed with the recessional. One last part. Families, while this last part is going on, please remain seated while the graduates exit up this row and into the main atrium. Seniors, you're gonna go back to the room and get your stuff right away, and then meet your families out in that main atrium. Seniors, at this time, please stand. Please move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left side of your cap. Families, friends, staff, I present to you the 2022 graduating class of North Community High School. Congratulations, graduates!
Hey man, I'm not real, but Danny Small, man. You feel me? To the real nigga walk through for me, hey. I be feeling like the man when I walk through. I ain't stunning what you saying when I walk through. I got all these boys there when I walk through. How to make a few bands on the walk through. Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? How to make a few bands on the walk through. How to make a few bands on the walk through. People don't know, now I don't talk to. Me and Parliament and Brick, he a boss too. Sitting at the round table making boss moves. I don't walk through with Gucci on my feet. Who got more money, you or me? I'ma walk through usually with my dream. They believe that I got the tool on me. I done snuck past security. Do you need glasses just to see me? When I'm coming full speed, got that V12 running. And I'ma jump the fence if I see 12 coming. Even if I were blind, I could still smell money. I can't trust no outside, cause they could tell them I'm the alphabet boy, cause I keep a L on me. I good at throwing up my set in your hood. I be feeling like the man when I walk through. I ain't stunning what you saying when I walk through. I got all these boys there when I walk through. How to make a few bands on the walk through. Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? How to make a few bands on the walk through.
It's money over here, what you thought, clown? Play crazy while you high, how you knocked down. No frowns round here, bro, we all smile. G7 just dropped, got us now.
Mars hurt the boy out when I walk through. Scarface 4, he died, did part 2.
How your people tell promoters that I'm coming, park me in the front. Leave shit running, here's 100, what up? Flip you rip like a coin, better call it. You got a thing for us, big ballin' nigga. You about to rock the boy Mike, tell it feedback. The realest nigga out my city and I mean that.
I be feeling like the man when I walk through. I ain't stunning what you saying when I walk through. I got all these boys there when I walk through. How to make a few